Okay, so I've got a range of different things here that I've picked out from the garden, from the fridge. So I've even kind of cut up some cucumber into slices, some red onion, pepper I've cut in half as well, and I've picked some flowers, and I've picked lots of leaves, already a range of different colours here as well, okay? And I've tried to pick more than one of things so that we can use that as part of our symmetrical patterns. So the only thing I can only pick one of is the flowers, really, because it's a bit tricky to do more than that. So we'll bear that in mind as we start to build our patterns, okay? So I'm going to move this to one side. And then think about the space I've got. So I've only got one of these flowers, so I'm going to have that maybe as my centerpiece for my mandala, okay? So I might start with that and then go from there. So I might have perhaps a circle of cucumber slices. So I'm thinking about contrasting colours here as well. So the pink of the flower works really well against the green of the cucumber. There we go, already I can see that working. And then I might have, let's have a look. So I've got some feathers here. How many feathers have I got? So we could work with 4 coming out, or we might even be able to get 5. So I'm placing them so that they're quite evenly spread. Here we go. So we're starting to get that radial pattern from the centre starting to come out, okay? Right, and I've got these long kind of dandelion weed leaves, which actually give quite nice shapes. So we might have enough of those to go in between. Here we are, this is already taking shape, and let's think, oh, we might be able to do something coming on there to break up the green. Now we've got slightly different sizes, does that matter? You can decide. Add something a bit different. Okay, and we've got some more leaves, so you might have something else even laying in those. Different shapes, different colours. Got some twigs. Few of these, so we could have those even coming in between and break up some of those greens. So I'm thinking symmetrically, so if I had a mirror down the middle here, okay, this side would be fairly symmetrical to this side. Obviously not completely, because you're using nature, and no two things in nature are going to be exactly the same, which is part of the beauty of it as well. We're working fairly symmetrically, there we go. Starting to take shape. Got some berries. So it's making decisions each time, what am I going to add in there? And if it's the wrong decision, you can just take it back off again. No, I think that might be too much to have the pepper in there, so I'm going to leave the pepper out. But I've got these lovely grapevine leaves, which are really nice colours this time of year. And I've got another one of those that can go there, and one that can go there. There we go. Now when you're happy with it, you could photograph what you've got here and then you can pull it apart. So you might even take away your centerpiece. I might take away this, and you can start to change it. So some bits you could keep there the same. So I might decide I want to bring in some pine cones instead. Maybe we'll take all of those bits off. Maybe we'll bring the cucumber back in at the end of those. And no. Maybe we can have a different flower poking up through the middle there. Some different leaves. So all the time you're making decisions and you're solving problems and learning about visual elements of pattern. But you're also exploring, so you're exploring nature, thinking about the colours that you've got within nature, thinking about the shapes, circles, lines. There's lots of decisions actually you have to make to be able to do this. So there's another one, you can photograph that, or can we add to that? What happens if I put that flower over the top of that one? Let's see, or perhaps we can take the flower apart. So we actually use the petals instead of the whole flower. You might bring back some bits that you took out the first time. You might start to dissect other things. You might go back out into the garden, find more things, or if you're doing this in the classroom, there might be an outdoor space that you can take the children to find things. And you think about Andy Goldsworthy as the artist who looks at nature art. How does he create them? Does he expect them to last? Or with the next gale of wind take it everywhere across the playground? It might do. Does it matter? Taking lots of photographs can record it at all these stages as well, can't it? There we go. So within about 5 minutes we've had about 3 different patterns there, all slightly different. We could have a ring of stones or grass or something to go around the outside if you wanted to as well, or it could be smaller circles getting to bigger, bigger and bigger and bigger. So you've got lots of shape there, lines, textures, colours we're starting to bring in as well. So lots of visual elements being explored and experimented within quite a simple task and activity to do. Quite fun. There's no drawing involved in here. And you can record it and have lots of different examples at the end.